Cameron, Mississippi, summer 1962. Tim never forgot that summer. It was supposed to be a carefree time. The final bell had rung, and sixth grade was behind him. But what happened that year in Cameron haunted him for decades. It began with a shouting match in front of their small white house. Tim's mother, a quiet, God-fearing woman, stood trembling as her voice rose against Aunt Kim and her sharp-tongued friend Velvet. The argument, fierce and bitter, ended only when Mr. Allen, Tim's father, and Uncle Dan returned from work and pulled the women apart. The heat of the afternoon clung to them, even as everyone retreated inside. Something had cracked that day, something invisible, but real. 2 months later, Mr. Allen began to change. From a healthy, hard-working man with strong shoulders and a bright grin, he shrank into a pale shadow of himself. His belly swelled unnaturally, while the rest of him withered. Doctors found nothing, yet he suffered crippling stomach pains, like clockwork, 4 times a day: dawn, noon, 4 p.m., and midnight. Each episode left him sweating and moaning on the floor, clutching his gut as if something clawed him from the inside. Neighbors began to whisper. This was Louisiana, after all, and folks knew what they weren't supposed to talk about: curses, hexes, things buried under moonlight. An elderly woman down the road, Miss Raylene, pulled Tim's mother aside. "That's no sickness," she whispered. "That man's been marked." Desperate, Mr. Allen's sister sought a young conjurer in a nearby parish. The man gave them a brown vial of bitter herbs, without asking a single question. Grandma took one look at it and shook her head. "You never take what ain't offered with care." She made them throw it away. But Mr. Allen only grew worse. Then came the name of an old conjurer, living deep in the bayou. They found him waiting outside his shack, as if he'd known they were coming. His first words, "I've been expecting you." He looked straight at Tim's mother. "I'm a vegan. I keep no meat in this house. I need 3 eggs, now. Go to the market and get them." When she returned, the conjurer began a ritual. He burned incense, rolled each egg down Mr. Allen's spine, chanting in a tongue no one understood. Then he cracked the eggs, one by one. What spilled out stunned the room. The first egg oozed thick black sludge and hair. The second held a rusted fishing hook. The third, tiny brittle bones. "Oh Lord," the conjurer whispered, "what evil is this?" He scribbled on a blank page from his notebook, pressed it to Mr. Allen's back, then waved incense smoke across it. When he peeled it off, he looked grave. "The ones who cursed him are 2 women," he said. "One short and round with cropped hair, the other tall with long hair. They live close. One across your street, the other a 1/4 mile west." Tim's mother gasped. She didn't need names. The conjurer had described Aunt Kim and Velvet. "Why?" she cried. "We're family." "They meant the curse for you," he said, eyes heavy with sorrow. "But your fate is strong. It bounced off and landed on your husband. He stepped on it, literally. It was left for you at your door." Mr. Allen had gone to open their donut shop that morning, switching shifts with his wife for the first time in weeks. The conjurer gave her the hook, bones, and hair wrapped in yellow paper. "Place this atop a bowl of rice," he instructed. "Take it to a bridge. Toss it into the river, but don't look back, not once." He handed her dried yellow flowers. "Scatter these at your gate. They'll keep the darkness away." She offered him money. He refused. This was destiny. When paths cross, help must be given. She did as instructed. The next morning, Mr. Allen sat up in bed and asked for breakfast. Life returned. The shop thrived. The family laughed again. Tim thought it was all behind them, but peace didn't last. It started with a dull ache just behind Mr. Allen's eyes. Then it grew into full-blown attacks. He began to forget things, snap at the children. He threw chairs. Doctors found nothing. Sedatives failed. They sought help again. Churches, temples, healers. At a Vietnamese temple, a quiet old man in a straw hat said, "Your spirit is bound. Go to this woman." Her name was Malago. It took 3 days to find her, on an island near New Orleans, hard to reach and harder to explain. When they arrived, she stepped outside barefoot and pointed. "You," she said to Mr. Allen. Come inside." The house smelled of cedar and incense. She lit candles, swayed, and prayed in a strange tongue. Her voice deepened. "I walk now," she said, "to your house. I see the church near it, the broken car, the blue siding, the rocking chair, the water tanks." Mr. and Mrs. Allen sat frozen. Then solemnly she said, "I spoke to your ancestors. They say they cannot help. The curse is too strong. A doll has been made. They drive nails into its head every day." Mr. Allen wept. "Why us?" Lady Malago's body trembled. "They want your death, but I can help. Leave now. Tell no one. Do no harm. What they sent will return." They left quietly. Within 3 days, the headaches vanished. Joy returned. Customers flooded the shop. Laughter came back. Then came the reckoning. Aunt Kim's husband died suddenly. Her family lost everything to gambling. They moved into a shack in the woods. Velvet's husband turned violent. She vanished without a trace. Tim, now old, sometimes returns to the site of the old donut shop. It's a gas station now. But when the sun goes down, he still remembers that cursed summer. Some curses don't come from enemies. They come from those who should have loved you. And as Lady Malago once whispered, what goes around always comes back.